Hello everybody and welcome to another special character guide in Don't Starve Together. Today, we will learn what there is to learn about my favorite librarian, Wickerbottom. Let's get going. No special intro this time, but we do have the stats and lore to talk about. As for how Wicker fares, at a max health of 150, as well as a hunger max at 150, no surprises there. However, with a max sanity of 250, she must be hiding something special behind those glasses, right? But before we dive into her perks, let's discuss her lore. It is confirmed that Wickerbottom is actually her last name, as seen when freeing her from the Nightmare Throne in solo play. She also used to have a cat, as examining Kitty Kit, the cat pet in-game, reminds her of home. Unfortunately, her garden probably ain't doing well, but examining a potted succulent brings her back to her garden. And her quote from examining the license plate trinket in Shipwrecked indicates that she entered the Constant before 1918. Wickerbottom may be a bit grumpy, but perhaps she just misses home. Right off the bat, you'll notice that Wickerbottom can create science machine recipes without one, including backpacks. Get one early for extra space. Plus, she can already refine material, making the option for a quick weapon and armor set readily available. Furthermore, with the shovel unlocked immediately, the player can and should begin digging up various resources as they travel the map early game. Players should focus on saplings, grass tufts, and berry bushes. Best to dig first, as you can get both the resource and the source of said resource in one swoop. Starting this gathering early can really help everyone out and ease base building later. To top it off, the fact that Wickerbottom has access to refinement already. There is no reason to build a science machine. Just create the materials needed for an alchemy engine and you can have access to every science recipe in the game before you're even 5 days into it. You might have noticed that you spawn with something already in your inventory. What you have there is 2 Papyrus, a much needed resource if you're going to make the most out of Wicker's special ability, books. You'll see you'll have an additional crafting tab. That is where you'll find the recipes for a select few of said books. Requiring various resources, we will break them down separately. But first, let's see how to get more of that papyrus, yeah? Well, if you need it, you'll need to venture into the swamp to get it, as the swamp biome is the only place to find cut reeds, the material needed to make papyrus. Be careful though, the tentacles here are nasty buggers. Thankfully, Wicker can just refine into papyrus without worry. But I can supply you with even a crazy number of cut reeds. Say hello to the reed trap, everyone, a special set piece within the game. Why a trap? Well, waltz into the thing and you'll soon be in a tentacle nightmare and could easily become one grumpy lady ghost librarian. But let's say you are a grumpy old lady who just wants to make and read her stories. You ain't gonna let some hentai stop you from actual content, are you? No, of course not. If you would like to see a video on effectively clearing the retrap, click on the link in the top right now. Otherwise, it's really just time to reap the spoils, and not just the cut reeds. The tentacles gives you meat, tentacle spots, which are used in making books and some rain gear, and tentacle spikes, a not half bad weapon of choice from time to time. With papyrus mass-produced, you should have no problem creating a number of books for your adventures. In fact, let's discuss one of them now, the most important one, applied horticulture. With 5 uses per book, Applied Horticulture allows you to instantly grow everything on your screen to its next level of growth. And for most things except trees, that just means instant full growth. This makes Wicker godlike. Hey, remember that reed trap we cleared? Yeah, me too. With Applied Horticulture out of the way, time to discuss the next book in our arsenal, Birds of the World. Required another 2 papyrus and 2 eggs. If you don't know how to get eggs, you'll first need to create a bird cage to hold a bird for you. Find it in the Structures tab. And to catch them, make yourself a bird trap in Survival tab. Once you got one, just feed it meat and it will poop out eggs for you. Make sure you either cook or dry the monster meat, as a bird won't eat one plainly. Then, just go ahead and create the book. Birds of the World allows the player to call down the feathery creatures from above, but you really can't do much beyond that, as they'll just fly away the moment you get too close. So, what's the point then? Well, I guess it's time to discuss book combos. The next book in question is called Sleepy Time Stories, and you'll need to do some magic crafting to get one. Using 2 nightmare fuel, it's a good thing I'm already a crazy old lady. But if you're not, go nuts and kill them nightmares. So about that book combo. If you were to read Birds of the World, followed immediately by Sleepy Time Stories, you'll soon see what crazy powers you can have. Sleepy Time puts mobs to sleep for your killing needs. It'll work for some bigger mobs too, like Beefalo. Although, I'd refrain from thinking you can get away with attacking the herd. And it can even stop big bads like D-Fly from enraging. But I really do not recommend this method. Stick to using the pan flute, because the animation is significantly faster than Sleepy Time's. Let's talk on Tentacles. Using the tentacle spots acquired from the reed trap, go ahead and nab you one. As if you didn't deal with enough of them already, the book spawns 3 tentacles randomly around the player. And be careful, they persist until something kills them. You can use them to farm low-tier mobs for you, like spiders, hounds, or cave bunnies. Or take it to the extreme by utilizing them in boss fights. But perhaps we'll discuss more on that in a later video. Last but not least, the end is nigh. Remember that part about being a god? Oh yeah, Wicker is bloody in-game cheat mode. Thankfully, wearing the eyebrow prevents you from being burnt to a crisp. Wear it if you plan on reading the book, especially if any WXs in your game are looking for a charge. Some final notes. Wickerbottom is actually incapable of sleeping, so no need to waste resources on tents and the like if you're playing her. But let's say someone eats a mandrake. Well, then you're left with something horribly, horribly horrifying. When you play Wicker, expect your sanity to be doo-doo. To maintain it, you can use jerky, big or small, to get chunks of 15 sanity back. You can also cook green mushrooms to get additional sanity again as well. Then there's cooked cactus flesh. Good for hunger, sanity, and even a bit of health, too. But nothing beats having a tam o'shanter in your back pocket, as it regens the wearer's sanity constantly. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this look at Wickerbottom helps those who might be thinking of giving her a try. She's a good one, that's for sure. Bye, guys. I'll see you in the next one.